Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your source for Second Amendment news. About 8 days ago, the city council in Missoula, Montana, pulled a fast one on all the residents there, and they actually made a gun ban effective immediately on the 17th of October, 2018, and followed it up with a second ban that will take over 30 days from that day, which will be about 2.5 weeks from right now. And what they did is actually stunning and unconstitutional, and I'll tell you why. So the Missoula City Council did an emergency ban because things are so bad. An emergency ordinance took place, and I'm going to read this quote. It's going to prohibit members of the public from bringing firearms into any building where the city council meets, or to public assemblies, public museums, the public library, and certain public parks under the city's jurisdiction. And the second gun ban was to make those sanctions of the ordinance permanent 30 days from the emergency ordinance. Now, first off, they wanted this to take place on an emergency basis so that nobody would bring their firearms to the polls. Which makes one think, what's going to happen on November 6th where the Democrats are like freaking out that the people are going to bring, lawfully owned, constitutionally guaranteed firearms to public places? Why would they be so worried about that? Now, this ban also covers, quote, any other locations of public assembly where persons gather together to conduct and or administer any public election while election-related activities are taking place. So they're telling you right there, we can't have any of those constitutionally guaranteed things at any of our elections. Are they that bad there? I always thought Montana was supposed to be like super gun-friendly, but this is news to me. Why would they, if you live in Montana, tell us, why would they be doing this? Now, after the vote came through, and of course it passed, Gene Larson, who was a pastor and also a member of Moms Demand Action, that's one of the Bloomberg anti-gun groups that he's just feeding money into. Here they are starting to affect Montana. She said, and I'll quote, and I'm going to smash this quote in a second, 95 people a day are killed by guns in our country. We have a need to be safe and a right to be safe from this public health emergency. Well, first off, those numbers, it's been proven, the 95 people a day that they use has been fluffed by 66%. They're including those people who die by suicide and also those who die by accident with firearms-related incidents. Those are not people who are shot and murdered. However, they're reporting those numbers as homicides. It's not. Now, they need to be safe from these public health emergencies. Let me read you a list that I just found. That's out. It's well known. It's out there of how many people die per day in the U.S. from certain causes. Okay, they're so worried about firearms, and even if you use their inflated numbers of between 12 and 13,000 people, which I just told you are fluffed by 66%. So we know that that's not correct. But even if we use their numbers that they're trying to pass off as true, it ranks number 18. The death by firearm ranks number 18 in the public health emergencies. I'll go down the list. It's below heart disease, cancer, any injury. Any injury rates number 3 with a 1 in 19 lifetime odd of dying from any injury. Okay? Heart disease is 1 in 6, cancer is 1 in 7. Then it goes chronic lung disease, any accident. All more likely to die from any of those than from a firearm. Stroke, Alzheimer's, diabetes, the flu. The flu. Yeah, we can't get the cure for the flu or cancer. Oh, pneumonia. We can't get the cure for pneumonia, right? Because they would put how many people out of business? Billions and billions of dollars come in from those every year for treatment. Drugs, kidney disease, poisoning. Any motor vehicle incident. We're not trying to ban cars, are we? We're not trying to ban the flu. Oh, but we got to get those guns out of there because it's such a public health emergency. Oh, there's still more before the guns. Falling, let's ban ladders. alcohol, and murder. You're more likely to be murdered than you are to die from a firearm. Next comes assault by gun. 1 in 315 are the odds for their numbers. Now remember, I've said it twice already, it's increased by 66%. So if you use the real numbers that are supposed to be reported, if you reduce those numbers by 66%, it would bring that to about 1 in 660-ish chances, the odds of dying by a firearm, 1 in 660-ish. So that would put it below riding inside a car, van, or truck. You're more likely to die from riding in those, not from the accidents, which are already on there, just riding in them. Suffocation and pedestrian. You're more likely to die from walking than you are from a firearm. So, please, if you hear some freak out there using these numbers, use these realities that are reported by the government of how low on that list. In fact, this is the top 24. With that, the real numbers minus that 66% would put it at number 22. 22. Okay, so there's 21 other things that you're more likely to die of that nobody cares about, right? According to these anti-gun freaks. And why are they trying to control guns in public areas? Well, we know why. I mean, we have a really strong idea why they've showed their cards many times over the last couple of years. But numerous rulings on the Second Amendment, Heller, McDonald, they say that you can go into public with your firearm. It's constitutionally guaranteed and extends to those areas. In fact, so much so that even the Ninth Circuit, the silly Circuit Court of Appeals, the wacky Ninth, that is the most liberal in the land and it's most often overturned, even they said in July of this year that the Second Amendment extends to carrying openly in public. So not just carrying concealed, openly. And if that's the Ninth Circuit, what's going on in Montana? Makes you wonder. I mean, the election's close. It's only a couple days away. And things are happening around this country at a rapid pace and going unchecked. Just keep your eyes open, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your eyes open. I hope that you'll subscribe to this channel if you haven't already to continue to get the fastest Second Amendment related news right here on Guns and Gadgets. If you haven't already, please check out all my other social media because I don't always come to the video with some stuff. I might just post stuff on the Facebook area or Instagram or whatever. So please check those out. Consider joining there as well. And if you choose to support the channel in any way, it's also down in the description as well. Until we see each other again, this is Jared from Guns and Gadgets. Be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a weapon. Even more so because they don't want you to. Take care, everybody.